Well, what do we have here? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I did pick up another Star Wars The Black Series action figure from Hasbro. This is actually the Walmart exclusive re-release of Jedi Master Kit Fisto from Revenge of the Sith 20th anniversary. This over here is the classic clamshell from 2005, reintroduced in 2025. And I am Sash the Boss. And this is from 2005, and this is 20 years old. I'm kidding. This figure has been out for about 3 years now, kind of re-release, and it's a figure that I have been wanting in the collection for the longest time. This happens to be Kit Fisto, and you got Kit Fisto right here, and I am Saj the Boss, a big fan of Star Wars, love the prequels, and Kit Fisto is always one of those Jedi that I have always admired growing up, and I always think he's just the coolest Jedi. And I just love how he looks. He's very iconic. And he can swim underwater, too, which is cool. So, Kit Fisto right here. No Sith robe included. Would have been cool for an exclusive to get him a Jedi robe, but there's no Jedi robe right here. You got this beautiful shot of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. Classic orange Star Wars logo. Kit Fisto. Kit Fisto there. It says, celebrate the 20th anniversary of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. Figures of the Black Series line featuring commemorative packaging. Yada yada, same thing we saw with RG-D2, Black Series, and the old school Hasbro logo and Disney. So, let's crack this thing open and see what Jedi Master Kit Fisto is all. It is time to crack open Kit Fisto. Here is Kit Fisto in the bubble. And Saj, he does smell like a new action figure, looking really cool. Let's crack him out. And here is Kit Fisto out of the packaging. Gotta say, he looks amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Before we take a closer look at Kit Fisto, we're going to take a closer look at some of his accessories. Well, his only accessory. He does come with his signature lightsaber, his green lightsaber, and I have C-3PO and R2 in the background tonight, but I think they're just lovely figures. But he has a green lightsaber, looking very nice, dark green, emerald, really nice and translucent, and his hilt really reminds me almost of Qui-Gon Jinn. Yeah, it really reminds me of Qui-Gon's lightsaber, just hilt. And all the Jedis have really unique hilts. And I gotta say, Kit has just a wonderful hilt that really reminds me of a combination of Return of the Jedi's, Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, and Qui-Gon's hilt. So it's a combination of Luke's and Qui-Gon's hilt. So it's a little bit of a fun little nostalgic Easter egg to Return of the Jedi. More and more look at this. It'd be a really cool replica owned by Disney. Love the black and the silver kind of lining up. Just really cool. And if you guys do like Kit Fisto as much as I do, leave a like down below and let me know your favorite Kit Fisto moment. I just have so many ways of him in Attack of the Clones, even though he's portrayed by a stuntman, which I googled. So here's what Kit Fisto looks like. He's always one of my absolute favorite Jedi just because I love the look of him, but not as a character as a whole. It's always Ahsoka. But I just really enjoy looking at him, learning about him. Even though I always see him as a background character, which is really cool, but he's just a wonderful character that's imitating on Palpatine's arrest. And he just has these beautiful Men in Black bug eyes that's about to come and look at you right in your soul. And he's also notorious for his smile. And the photo reel here is second to none. They did a really good job of sculpting Kit Fisto here. Just love the sculpting of the eyes, and the green just really washes down real skin with the blushes of red and the gray sprinkled around the antennas of the dreadlocks, and the blue right here just looks very captivating as you just go down and around the figure. And the head sculpt alone, it's just really well done with the wrinkles and the paint apps. It's just really well painted here, and even the way that's holding on the braids of Kit Fisto. It just always want to know what his Padawan braid will look like, honestly. This is his first braid he had, and then he grew him out. I'm not 100% sure. Leave in the comments, what does Kit Fisto's Padawan look like? I think it'd be cool to see. And he just has some long tentacles for his hair, leading by these silver bands with more of the texture as you go throughout the figure. It's just a very big head sculpt here. Just very nice. I just love how this looks from side to side. And they got the more longer ones. I think Kit Fisto is one of the only Jedi that is actually in these dusky gray kind of robes. On camera, it kind of looks like that, more of a tannish color. It's very unique for wearing light gray robes because he's a master. And I always love his under tunic as well, which I've never noticed, is this light bluish white color, which is cool around the neck. And then more of his tunic goes up and down with the same paint apps. Really nice fabrication sculpting on the tunic here. And even the arm has it with the belt of him. All the Jedi have these really unique belts that put the lightsaber on. There's a little spot to hook up the lightsaber if you wanted to. And he has standard pants and his not pinless. His arms are pinless, but the legs are not. They're reused from some other figure. But he has some nice shiny brown and dark brown boots and gray pants. Really nice. Now we're going to go over the articulation of Kit Fisto. He smells amazing, just like a brand new figure. R2-D2 smells exactly the same. He's a pretty sturdy and heavy fella here. I'm a little bit interested to see how the articulation of the head will move here as we look up. He can look up this much, guys, because his hair, his tentacles are getting in the way. And it almost reminds me of Davy Jones. That's probably why I really enjoyed him. I think he's always fascinating. As a kid, I'm like, who is this guy? This guy looks so cool. And he just is so cool. I'm just nerding out looking at him, too. He can't really look that much, though, because he has an ab crunch that moves out this forward here. Really standard Black Series articulation. He does have arms that kind of move out this much, guys. And he does have a double-jointed elbow. I think it's a single-jointed, but it could be a double. Leave in the comments. It looks like a double to me, so I'm going to call it a double-jointed elbow for Kit Fisto. And his arms can move out that much. His legs, standard Black Series articulation as you go through the figure. And he does have double jointed knees. Love that range. My gosh, look at that range on Kit Fisto here. So be very careful. Brand new out of the packaging. And he's pretty easy to maintain on the aftermarket, I think, now. But I think the Revenge of the Sith packaging looks pretty cool. So that's why I pre-ordered it. And I got R2 today. And his ab crunch can move that much. And back crunch. And white swivel. And he also has boots that move up and down as well. So, yeah. Very standard. He's on butterfly joints. So, yeah, this would be my on-fills on the butterflies, which is really nice. And the diaphragm joint is nice, too. Forgot about the diaphragm. And his hands move in for rocker. And he does have a force-wielding hand. So that is very unique. And the other hand is just a gripping hand. Yeah, cool. It's a really solid articulation for a Black Series figure. Nothing I'm going, like, crazy for articulation. It's just a very standard and basic articulation, just like some of my other Black Series figures, like Mace Windu and my Obi-Wan Kenobi figure. So they both have some really nice articulation, and I think they'll just get them as some really cool, like, lightsaber, like, holding poses and different things. And I do have Mace Windu. I'm going to show you some comparisons briefly. So here he is with Mace Windu. Just be careful. His legs are a little bit topsy-turvy, but he can stand up just fine, and he just looks absolutely gorgeous next to Mace Windu during Palpatine's arrest. He's a little bit shorter in that scene, so I'm hoping we get the other characters that fill that scene. And I gotta fix his lightsaber because I broke it by accident like a while back, like 2 years ago. I don't know. Put the Phantom Menace card back. And then I got the Jar Jar Banks as well, which is really cool. So there's Jar Jar, and then we have Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Kenobi series as a comparison as well to Kit Fisto. So he looks really nice. Obviously, we got to showcase Ahsoka Tano. Amazing Jedi. So her and Kit Fisto just really looks fabulous together. I'm definitely doing a DTOF later this week. And this weekend, I mean. And then here is Darth Maul as well. So yeah, there is all the people comparing in the prequels to Kit Fisto, and he just looks absolutely stunning. And then I'm going to add the lightsaber and put him up in a really cool pose here. And just give me 1 minute. Saj will be right back. I can't wait to mess with him. He just looks amazing. I'm really glad I pre-ordered him, and I got him from Walmart just fine in the mail. Got him today, actually. Just really cool. I got a new Black Series figure today, and one of my favorite characters, too. So I can't go wrong with him. I'm just really pleased to have Kit Fisto in the collection now. He's just a really cool figure. I'm really pleased with the articulation through and through. So, yeah, let me add my special thing. Hopefully it works. Hopefully my trick will work. This is what Kit Fisto will look like if he had Jedi robes on, which I gave a little gift to him, so I could display him like this. But it's a little bit tricky to get him all lined up with the Jedi robes. But he just looks absolutely cool with the Jedi robes. So I don't know if I should keep it on or off. Leave in the comments. Do you like it on or off? I think it looks cool. You gotta line up the hair just precisely. It's really easy and loose plastic, so you can just lift it up and get it on. So it just looks absolutely badass with this on. So yeah, very cool to have them like that. If you wanted to be more scene specific, and you can actually wield both hands on the saber there. So that is really unique. But personally, I'm gonna take it off. I like it off better. there you have it. Here is Kit Fisto in his final presentation, just with the lightsaber, how it came out of the box. And he just looks fabulous like that as well. So should I leave the robe on or should I take the robe off? Leave in the comments down below what should I do. I took off the robe. Super easy to put on. The thing about his hair is soft plastic. So it's almost like a rubbery material. So it's easier to play with and put it on. So just be ever so slightly. And his little front tentacles are actually more so easily to pose around with. So you can actually pose it as many ways as you want. Just be very mindful. Just you can put it over his shoulder, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, but nothing more than that, obviously. But overall, Kit Fisto is easily one of the best Black Series figures I own in my collection. And I just cannot believe I have this wonderful Jedi now to add to my collection. And I love all my Black Series figures, and Kit Fisto is easily becoming one of my new favorite Black Series figures and something I just love posing and messing around with. And I cannot wait to see what other kinds of poses you guys will come up with. And let me know if you guys have any posing ideas or who should I display them with. I have so many ideas myself. So, as always, I am Saj the Boss. And I gotta say, out of both of these figures, they're both really unique in many ways, and they're both wonderful pickups. So Hasbro, you did a great job with the first wave of the Revenge of the Sith 20th anniversary figures. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later for more videos like this in the future. And Kit Fisto is a solid 10 out of 10.